So many unbelievers or atheists that I talk to follow a view called Darwinian Evolution, or the theory of evolution. I'm sure you've heard of it. All right, so it is the opposite of creation. It's the only way to go. If you're not following evolution, then guess what? There has to be a God. God has to exist. There is no other kind of view unless you just believe we think we're here, like we're in the Matrix or something, or aliens, whatever. It's still some sort of divine power, some sort of ultimate authority that did it all. Okay, so 3 ways you can disprove evolution just using logic and reasoning. You don't even have to go into the evidence. If you don't know a lot about evolution, you don't even have to go into evidence. You have to somewhat know what they're talking about so you don't use some sort of bad terminology. Like, don't ever say, well, evolution can't be true because monkeys still exist. That's a stupid thing to do, because they're going to look at you and they're immediately going to discredit you for saying that, knowing that you have not accurately represented them. That's the same thing if they were to straw man our worldview as Christians, So what you can do is you can disprove it with 3 logical fallacies. 3 main logical fallacies that they use. One is circular reasoning, where they say, the fossils date the rocks, but the rocks date the fossils. So there's a geologic column layers that represent certain periods of time, and they'll take fossils and they'll date those fossils by what layer they're found in. But the layer they're found in is dated by the fossils that are inside of them, all right? And they'll use these and make assumptions on the dating methods based on that. So they'll throw out certain dates that don't come up as far as accurate when it comes to the geologic column or geologic record, the fossil record, and for that reason. So it's circular reasoning. Now, is there a circular reasoning when it comes to ultimate authorities? Yes, there is always going to be a circular, because once you get up to the highest authority, even if that highest authority for them is time, because they just add more time in, it possibly can happen. We're talking about dropping like a Lamborghini from far up in the air down, and somehow, given enough time, it might assemble itself into a whole bunch of, all the parts will assemble themselves into a Lamborghini. Well, that doesn't work. So let's go a little bit further up, So second fallacy would be called the equivocation fallacy. That's when you take a word and try to make it mean the same thing within a different, when it's supposed to be kind of redefined in its context. So if I said doctors know a lot about medicine, therefore Dr. Phil, the psychologist on TV, knows a lot about medicine. See, that's the same thing if we were to use an argument for evolution. Well, we know evolution is true because look at all these breeds of dogs over here. That's evolution. Changing allele frequencies over time. That would be equivocation fallacy. The third fallacy would be called affirming the consequent. This is a major one, because what they say is similar to saying, if it's raining outside, the grass will be wet. The grass is wet, therefore it's raining outside. See, it's okay to say if it's raining outside, the grass is wet. It is raining outside, therefore the grass is wet. But if you say the grass is wet, therefore it's raining outside, what? There could be other reasons why the grass is wet. So in evolutionary arguments dealing with similar appendages, junk DNA, retroviruses, ERVs, vestigial organs, all this stuff is kind of compiled into that sort of fallacy where they're claiming something, but there could be another reason why that exists.